Gee, the storm really knocked my car in last night.
Who was it? You want me to sort them out?
What?
I hate those Melbourne Players.
Mate, did you get a head knock on the weekend?
Yeah! Old Skool Broncos! Yeah!
G'day legends and welcome back to the Old Skool Broncos Podcast, the home of passionate, old school Brisbane Broncos chat from a fan's perspective. Now if you remember that ad, you're probably smiling already. The iconic Webkey talking about the storm damage to his car and Parker cutting him off with, "I hate those Melbourne Players." Cool comedy gold. But this week, as we roll into the grand final, it's more than just a joke. It's the mood. Because right now, we do hate those Melbourne Players. And they hate us. Melbourne Storm enforcer Big Stefano has launched a stunning attack on Broncos players, calling them stuck up and promising to run over the top of the pack. Shots fired, and it's day one of grand final week. But let's look at why we don't like those Melbourne players. Let's start with the numbers, because they sting. In the last 40 games against Melbourne, the Broncos have won just 6. 6! 34 losses. That's dominance of the highest order. Many of those losses were floggings too. For a long time, the Storm have been our bogey team. But here's the shift. 2 of those wins have come in the last couple of years, and they were big games. The latest one, just last month. Wasn't luck. It wasn't a fluke. It was domination. The Broncos tore through Melbourne, and for the first time in a long time, we look like the better side in this rivalry. You can't talk about Broncos versus Storm without going back to the 2006 Grand Final. That was the last time we stood tall against them on the biggest stage. Lockyer, Webkey, Sivanasiva, Hodges, Hunt. The old guard went out and beat the young Melbourne side in a brutal yet famous win. But since then, it's been just one-way traffic. Melbourne have been the model club of the NRL. They've churned out stars, they've been relentless, and they've turned Suncorp into their second home at times. Whether it was Smith, Slater and Cronk, or even Munster, Hughes and Pappenhausen, the Storm have always had the answers. But what makes this rivalry fascinating is how much alike the two sides are. Both love high-tempo attack. Both have fullbacks who can turn a game on a dime. Both rely on halves who can drive traffic or break open a defensive line when needed. And of course, half the time, these players are origin teammates. Pappenhausen might be a blue, but Munster, Grant, Liero, Coates, they've all worn maroon. They know our boys inside and out. Almost like going against your brother in the backyard. You know their tricks, but they know yours too. Now for 2 decades, the Storm have been the clinical machine of the NRL. They don't make mistakes, they grind you down, they finish you off. But this year, still good. Obviously, they're in the grand final, but not quite the same machine. We've seen lapses. We've seen them rattled. We've seen unstorm-like errors creep into their game. What it shows is they're not invincible anymore. And this is where this Broncos team comes in. This team is riding something special. The form is there, the belief is unshakable, and the momentum is real. The supporter base, Bronxnation, is the biggest in the country, and it feels like we're all pulling in the same direction. That grand final heartbreak against Penrith could have broken us for a decade. Instead, it's hardened us. And now, up against the old enemy, the bogey side, the one that's tormented us for nearly 2 decades, we've got a chance to flip the script. So yeah, Corey Parker's line from that old ad is living rent-free in my head this week. I hate those Melbourne Players. It was a laugh back then, but it's a battle cry now. Because this isn't just another game. This is the grand final. This is Broncos versus Storm, and this time we are ready. Thanks for tuning into the Old Skool Broncos Podcast. Make sure you hit subscribe if you love these deep dives. Drop a comment with your favourite Broncos versus Storm memory, and let's get ready to roll into the grand final. Let's hear it one more time from Corey.
I hate those Melbourne Players.
That's right. I hate those Melbourne Players. This is the Old Skool Broncos Podcast. Let's go, Broncos.